Welcome back guys in another video of HTML programming. In this video we are going to see how we can create forms. Now to create a form we use a tag that is form itself. So now whatever form you are going to create is going to be inside these two tags. Now for that we have to first create an label. Now to create a label we are going to use label tag, and then inside that you can going to write for which type of for what you want a label. Now I'm going to name here f name, and then it should be in quotes, and then I'm going to close this and I'm going to write inside this first name. And now what we're gonna do is create an input tag, like input label for this. Now for that purpose what we're gonna do is add here we are going to write an input, and then you are going to input is used to accept values, like you can enter something in your web page, like how you log into Facebook or Instagram. You can see a label over there, that white little box, so that's called label. Now using input what you can do is type inside that type is equal to, now type is used to check like what data it is going to hold, what data type is it. You got a couple of options here like button, checkbox, color, date and time, image, password. You also can see password over here, number and everything. Now what you can do, I'm just going to add a text because our name is just text over here, and then I'm going to give you a ID that should be also in double quotes. Now what this ID means, now imagine if there are multiple labels and multiple boxes, but for an unique identification you use an ID so that it uniquely identifies which label we are going to refer. Now here we can see that we are going to refer label and we have named it f name, so it's going to refer this one. And you also can write here name is equal to f name, and let's just close this tag and break this, and save this, and let's run and see what happens. Yes, now you can see a first name, and then inside you can type anything like John or anything like Sony, whatever you want. Now this is how you can create one label. Now similarly we are going to create another, that is label and then again for. Now for last name we are going to use L name, and then again you can add your last name, and then we are also going to create an input for it, and then similarly we are going to type its type, that is text. Now if you click a button, then if you enter here the button data type, it's going to show you a button. Now just we can see this in the further part. Let's give your ID f name. We have to add your last name and then name, that is our last name too, so there is no confusion. Now similarly you can create an input for this too. Let me add a break tag over here. I'm going to save this and let's run it again. Yes, now you can see how you can create these labels and inputs. Now what if we have to create a button? If you want to create a button, you can use the input tag over here, and then you can, like I showed you, you can use the type element over here and you can write here like button, or you can also use, let's see if this works, and then value also button. I think this is wrong, but let's see if this works. Yes, we hopefully designed a button over here. So this is how you can create a button. Now you can also create a submit button over here by just like use instead of button you can add your submit, and then inside value you can add anything like login, and then you can save this and again open it with live server, and you can see you created a login button here. Now you can see here some changes, like if I write something over here like hey and hello, and if I click this login button you can see some changes in URL. Now what it does, it redirects us to an PHP site, or it goes and check into our database. But of course we are not going to see any database in this video, so imagine like we have just logged in. Now what we can do another is we can create like bullets in this form. Now for that you can use a label, and then or you can use direct input first because we have to create some bullet, and then you can add your type, and then you can write your radio, and then finish this, and you can add inside this like male, like we are going to create a gender form, and then end this. Oh sorry, we have to end this. Okay, now what we're gonna do is enter inside this name is equal to gender, and then again we are going to create a label for this, and then we are going to type, sorry we don't have a type for this for, and then we are going to add your value, that is we are going to add your ID. Now let me name this as like what you can say male, and then cause this radio button we are going to create is for male, and then we can add your ID is equal to, you can write your male, and then inside these we have to write the ID so that it doesn't get confused. Let me add your male, and let's just save this. Now let's run this program, open it with live server, and yes you can see like we have created a like kind of bullet form over here, and you can select through it. Now we have just created one, so we need to create another. Now you can go ahead and write similarly input, and then you can add your type. Now we are going to add a radio over here, ID is equal to female, and then we are also going to name it as female, and just end this. Let me add a break tag over here so it just looks fine, and again one over here. Let me see how it looks. Okay, we don't have to add a break tag over here, we have to add this here. Okay, that looks fine. Now let's just go ahead and add a label over here for female, and I'm going to write for is equal to female, and then we have to write inside this female, Control S, and then run. Now you can see that you can select between these twos. Okay, and again you have to create one that is other input. Again you have to type is equal to radio, and then ID is equal to other, and again similarly you can make it this your gender, or you can also make it male over here. It's your choice what you want to give, and then sorry, other over here. Now let's just add a label for this, and then you can type for is equal to, and for is other. Okay, that should be in double quotes, and then you have right here other. Now we also have to end this with a break tag over here so that it just looks sorted out, and then save this. Now just open it with live server, and you can see we got 3 options. Now you can click here what you want, like how you can see in forms, and this is how you can create radio buttons and labels and then login buttons. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in